Hey, you all, this is Sonny Wayne coming to you today to give you a message concerning a syndrome. And this syndrome, as you can see sitting right by me, is a microwave. So we consider it, or I call it, a microwave syndrome. But you will see me on the other side, so let's roll. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me once more. This is just for you, or sure, just cut out for you concerning situations that we find sometimes, you know, concerning because there are things that goes on in our surroundings that are just so unpredictable in itself. I believe many of us know that we are Liberians, and we've been in the United States for 25 years. And we have started to monitor the situation in Liberia. But I just wanted to give a message today concerning things that goes on that have affected us in many ways as Liberians. I remember months ago we traveled to Liberia, and we had this home that we've built for 10 years. Spent almost $100,000 to build it, but some of you maybe have heard this story through my videos, that it wasn't built the way we intended it, or even the money that was sent to build this house and complete it was misused, and it hurt us. So after 23 years, 24 years, we decided to travel back to Liberia to see for ourselves and to make sure if we could maybe renovate this house and complete it. So we did just that. And those that were living in the house there in Monrovia, we told them that we're coming and that they should find somewhere else to move, because there were so many people living in the house. And the ceiling tiles were falling in, the roof was leaking, and we were asked every day to send money for some reason or the other, which we did, but those things were not done. The roof wasn't fixed. The ceiling tile was dropping, and every time they would say the lock on this door is ruined. The meter on the pole for the electricity, someone stole it, so we were just sending money, we're going crazy. So when we traveled to Liberia, we were able to find out all of these things were not true. They were all lies. But anyways, we decided to go ahead and renovate the house while those who were there lived with us for a month while we're renovating the house. But then this young guy came to me, I'm not going to give his name, and told me that I live here, and now that you're going to put your house, you're repairing, trying to renovate your house to put it on a rent, I don't have anywhere to live. So I told this young man, I said, don't worry about it. We're going to find you a place. So what my wife and I did was we took a whole lot of boxes and barrels to Liberia with clothing, shoes, and everything you can think about, tissues and everything, medications, Tylenol and whatnot, ibuprofen. We just took a whole lot, toothpaste and toothbrushes and towels and what you could think about. We took all of these things to Liberia to give them out to those in need. But anyways, my wife, because I told her that I wanted to help this young man, so he had a girlfriend and they have a child. So my wife decided that we give almost 90% of things that we took, even our own personal stuff we took, we give them to him and his girlfriend to try to start a little business so that they can survive from it. So at the end of the day, when we got through renovating the house and they were about to return to the States, we decided to give them some money to rent a place for 6 months. And because our intention was when we did purchase our land, 6 lots, we intended putting up our house on it so that he and his girlfriend can move there to take care of the land. Because a lot of us know in Liberia, when you have a land, um, you know, people try to dupe you, they want to resell it. And even when we purchased the land, the cornerstones, we sent money to put the cornerstones in, but our names were not written on the cornerstones. So for whatever reason we don't know, so when we got it, we asked the young man, another young man, what happened to the cornerstone? Why our names are now on there? And then the statement he made was, I was just waiting to see what the seller was going to do. We've bought the land already. It was 1,250, but he told us 1,300, which we paid the 1,300 just to find out from the actual seller that the land was $1,250. So $50 on each of those lots. We don't know what happened to it. So when I asked him, he said, "Oh, I just wanted to see what the seller was going to do." But then he tried to calm us down and tell us, "No, we'll discuss this later." But we knew that there was some irregularities, some unjust circumstances or transaction that went on. But we're there, so we decided to let it go. But anyways, so we put these people in this 6 months rent apartment to be there. And then we came back to the States and hurriedly built a boys' quarter on the land so that he and his girlfriend and the child can move in there to live. And we were doing everything we could to protect the house, because we put a storage room in there that when we return to Liberia later in the future, we're going to build a house of our own, to build a house that we will live in. So we build this storage so that we can put the materials in the storage. And so we put iron doors, front door, back doors, and panel doors, and the storage room had iron doors. We just try to protect it, not knowing, to our disappointment, that we were protecting thieves or whoever from coming into the house to take stuff, to steal stuff, but not knowing we were boxing in the actual one who was going to do it. You know, most of us, we love this microwave syndrome, okay? This microwave situation, and I have a microwave sitting right by me here. I just want you all to see. Well, I know a lot of us, everyone knows what a microwave is, but I wanted you to see it for yourself once more. Maybe if you have not been fortunate to see what we call microwave. We put stuff into this microwave, and it takes 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 10 minutes, or maybe 10 seconds, depending on how fast you want your food or your water or whatever to get to the place where you will be satisfied when you're eating it, and then you eat it fast. So most of us, we love this fasting, you know. You get it today, you eat it today, and then forget about tomorrow. Even though scriptures say, think about what you eat today, and tomorrow will think about itself, or it will deal with its own situation. But the idea is, we are humans. We have life. You can't get it today, eat everything today, and tomorrow you start to look around or beg. So that's the situation with the microwave syndrome. So it is so sometimes disheartening to tell these stories, but it is a true event. And I'm just letting you know this is a true event that actually happened in Liberia. So we hurriedly got someone from up interior. He came, we made him the former of this building project. They built this building within 3 months, put a full wall around it. And we moved this young man and his family into this house. And then besides that, we gave him $250. He said he wanted to do money changing business. And he talked to a lady who told him how the process will go. So we sent him the first $250 to start a business. And he said, $250, you know, I need a new cell phone. He already had a cell phone when we were there, but now he needed a new cell phone. And because I was here in the States, so I needed somebody in Liberia to videotape events and situations in Liberia and then send it to me, and then I can air it. telling him that if things work out, I know in the future, in the near future, I will be able to send him certain amount of money to help him as he goes about using this cell phone and then videotaping and sending it to me. But that he did it for a few time and then it fell through the crack. He stopped doing it for whatever reason. I don't know. Each time I asked him, he would give an excuse and he would give excuses. And then the next thing he embarked on was the storage room we had. We had bags of cement and ceiling tiles. We have zinc. We had ties, steel rods. We had a whole lot of stuff, paint and stuff in the storage room that we use from the house that we built. We put them there so that we can use it later in the future when we are ready to build our vacation home. Actually, he decided to sell them. He asked her one time to use even the cement on my sister-in-law's house that she was building, but my sister-in-law has sent money already to him to build, her little place so someone would take care of her land. So when he asked me, I told him, I said, but she sent you money to buy cement. Why you want to use the cement that we have in our storage? But not knowing he had a reason, he took the cement, he sold them. He sold almost everything that was in the storage room. Almost everything. He sold them out to other people. But before he sold them, or while he was selling them, we didn't know, we sent him $400, additional $400 to be able to start the business that he requested for, and also to give his girlfriend additional money to add to what she had to at least boost their business. And after a few weeks or maybe a month, he wrote and said people were robbing zinc houses around and we should send money so that he can put steel rod in little holes that we had for to use as a vent so that when you put the generator on, it will go out. The smoke will leave so that it won't affect those that live in a house. But anyways, I told him that thank God we don't have a zinc round house. We rather have a concrete house. So we don't think we need to put iron bars over to these little holes that we had there. But notwithstanding, we decided to send him $400 and to do business and to give his girlfriend some, as I mentioned. But unfortunately, he asked for more money, and we said, but what happened to the money we sent? And he was bold enough to tell us, I misappropriated it. I mismanaged the money you sent. So I said, why would you tell me that you mismanaged the money? Because we work for the money here in the States. We don't get it off the tree. We work very hard. And, subscribers, you all know, those of you in the diaspora, we work hard. Even those of you that are in Liberia, you work hard for your survival. You don't get it on silver platter. No one was born with silver spoon in their mouth. And you guys, we all were born we struggle. The scripture talks about it. He said, if you're lazy, you won't eat. Okay? He wasn't taking care of the land. He was doing his own thing. He said he was going to school. He began to check me out when I talked to him. He began to say things inappropriately to me that was not right. But I didn't say anything to him. I didn't get mad at him. But he started to send texts and calling the young man, another young man that lived on a place on the land next to on my sister-in-law land, telling me that he was my proxy, and I should tell a man to leave him alone and whatnot. But what really happened what really hurt me, was he and his girlfriend got into a fight. She fled into one of the bedrooms. He took an axe and went and busted the door. He ruined the door, put a hole in it because he wanted to get to her to fight her. So he busted both of the doors in the house. This house, we just built it. It took us 3 months. We spent over $21,000 to build. And there the guy was busting the doors of the house. And he, after selling everything that we had in the storage, this is what he did. So we asked him to leave. And he told me he didn't want the girl anymore. She told us that she didn't want the guy anymore. So we sent them each $250 to move out. And eventually she moved out, but it took him a few weeks because he said he was finding a place, and then he moved out eventually, turning over the keys. But why am I saying this today? Is because many of us, we love this quick thing. We want it to happen now. We want to eat it now. We want whatever we want to happen now. And that is a situation sometimes that is not good, especially for us Africans. We love to labor. We love to work for what we have. We are not beggars. Okay? Liberians, Africans, we are not beggars. We love to work. And when we work, we earn what we give, our keep. We use it for the internal purpose. But if a person gets something on silver platter, like giving him money, and I tell you, that was not the only money. The entire time we're building that house that took 3 months, we were giving him money every day, almost every day, for transportation and for feeding. Not less than $50, $60, $70 to $100 or $150 almost every week he was receiving from us. Besides the foreman, and then we're paying those who are building the house. We spent almost $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 just to build our little house. So this is the situation we find ourselves in Africa, in Liberia. Dishonesty is one thing that is really on the rise. Very rude and disrespectful. You offend someone. When the person try to tell you that, why did you do this, or maybe you could have done it, they begin to insult you and say things to you inappropriately that sometimes turn us away. And there are people who need the help, but because of this one apple, okay, or because of this person who have been so ungrateful for all that you've done for him or her, they turn around and slap it back in your face by spitting in your face and making you feel so miserable that what you did was insufficient, and they feel that they can do better because some of the statement he made was, when I leave your land, I will not suffer, But he forgot to know that we gave him $250. And then give his girlfriend $250 so that they can move out. Many people ask us, why did you guys have to do that? This guy stole your stuff from your storage room. He busted your doors on your house. And he did a whole lot of terrible things. But then you guys, while leaving, you turn around and give him $250 each for he and his girlfriend. But that's the kind of people my wife and I are. We are kind-hearted. We love to help people. We've helped so many people to get off the ground, because when we help you with money or whatever we can help with, we want you to make the best use of it to help yourself. Because it is said, teach me to fish instead of giving me fish every day. That's our belief. That's what we think on. We want you to teach us. And so we try to help others by teaching them to fish, putting them into business. And we want to tell them we don't want anything from them. We have never asked for anything from anyone that we have helped to establish themselves so that they can support their family through what we did. And I'm not saying this to beat my drum. I'm only saying this as an illustration. That's what we expect, and I bet that's what everyone will expect. If you give me money, you expect me to turn this over and get something to help myself, not to always ask and then tell me in the final analysis I mismanaged the money you sent me. I don't know how many of us will want to hear that you mismanaged or I mismanaged whatever they give me. Okay, so this microwave syndrome that we have, we need to do away with it, because if we continue to ask for money from those in the diaspora and we send it to you and then you go and drink it out and you tell us I mismanaged it, or you tell your friend, I got $50 from America, let's go drink it, and then after drinking it we can go ahead and I can send for more money. I can send for more money anytime. That is a bad attitude, because we don't have it yet like that. We don't go out to drink. I don't drink. My wife don't drink. We don't go out looking for things to do. We don't go to nightclubs. We don't go to theaters, cinemas. We used to go out once in a while to cinemas and stuff, theater, but we don't do it anymore because we have one in our house now. So these are something that us Liberians, we need to do away with this attitude. When someone help you, try to help yourself. Because if you use this microwave syndrome by receiving it and mismanaging it and come back for more, you might not be fortunate to get it again. You might not be fortunate to get it again. And when you don't get it now, you consider that person your enemy and you try to find ways and means by hurting that individual. Okay? You find ways to hurt that individual because you mismanage what he gives you or she gives to you, and then now you don't have it from what you were saying, so to speak. Now you turn against that person. So I became an enemy to this young man. He began to write erroneous things about me, saying all kind of stuff concerning about me, and forgetting all that I did when he told me he had nowhere to live. So to you, my subscribers, I want to say thank you for joining me once more. And if you are not my subscriber and you by some means came across my video, I want you to kindly subscribe, because this is something that I'm very much interested in, because I love to give information. I love to give information, and information that will help, okay? Build your psyche and build your standard, because, you know, when I was growing up, I came up very hard. It wasn't bread and butter. Even when I wanted to come to this country, America, and I told my godfather, may his soul rest in peace, he died from cancer a few years ago. He told me, Isaac, America is not bread and butter. But the Lord was good to us, and he was able to bring us to this country. Somebody stretched their hands to us, and today here we are. And that's how we tend to pay it forward, by stretching our arms to other people. But many times we are slapped in the face. People insult us. They say derogative thing about us for no apparent reason, when we only try to help and try to tell them that, look, when we give you something, you need to make the best use of it. But they don't want to do it. Okay? So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you continue to do so. This is Sonny Wayne Fellow, your man, and I hope that what I said made a lot of sense. So please leave me a comment. If there is an advice that you like to give, or you like to talk to me about something, leave me a comment down below, okay? I will highly appreciate it. You have a blessed evening, a blessed day, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, and peace.